Blog Talk Radio.
Following ingredients include a look behind the scenes. Cook uncovered until hot. Add grooves to taste.
I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl.
The accident was over a year ago. A second woman has been elected president. The 12th planet has been named in the solar system. The last wild polar bear has died. I slept through it all. I was here for my waking. He called it a beginning. He said it was good. I think he may have thought that anything I did was good.
Welcome to Transition Radio, live from Hollywood, Florida, with your host and hostess, Mark Angelo and Jessica Lynn Cummings. Show for trans folks by trans folks, here to let your voice be heard.
Well, good evening and welcome to another edition of Transition Radio. Thank you for tuning in yet another night. First, we want to thank our sponsor, PornoBay.com, an auction playground for all your adult entertainment needs.
Check their business.
Classified as
Job opening.
forum and chat rooms.
Not to mention they're really full merch.
Place your bid today at Porno Bay. And I was listening to the little intro we have, and I don't know how many people actually get the meaning behind it. There's changing times that we're living in. We are living in a different world than the world we lived in maybe 20 years ago. Corporations are running our world and ruining our world, to say the least. There is a major evolution of our planet. People no longer care about one another. All they care about is material things and a profit. Now, one of these evil giants, of corporate giants, if you may, that I want to talk to you guys about tonight is Monsanto and their monopoly on our food supply. And you don't have to be a caveman to realize that every food that we're eating nowadays, or just about every food we're eating nowadays, is genetically modified, GMO. If you look at the size of our fruits, they're bigger than they are supposed to be. If you look at the size of the chicken that you eat, the chicken breast is like huge. And all these things come with a price, and the price is your health. By now, nearly all informed people recognize that Monsanto is widely regarded as the most evil corporation on our planet. But what exactly makes Monsanto so evil? Why is Monsanto worse than a pharmaceutical company, and they're pretty bad, a pesticide company, or even a weapon manufacturer? As virtuous people, we expect corporations to act with a sense of fundamental human decency. We expect them to behave within the boundaries of respecting human life, honest business practice, and reliable science. We naively wish that corporations would act like decent human beings, but they don't. In their quest for profit at any cost, they violate the basic tenets of virtue. They betray humanity, they destroy life, they malign Mother Nature herself, and in doing so, they threaten the very future of sustainable life on our planet. Monsanto's actions are designed to maximize its corporate profit, not to serve the people. Its entire seed and herbicide business model is designed to trap farmers in a system of economic dependence, to turn farmers into indentured servants who can never return to traditional farming after their soil has been destroyed with Roundup. Monsanto's products cause death. They compromise and violate life. Monsanto's GM corn grown a toxic chemical right inside each and every corn kernel. That's right, each and every one of them. This corn is what is essentially eaten by humans. In a recent science study, a shocking 70% of female rats die prematurely when fed GMOs. 50% of males died early.
Almost all of them died from cancer tumors. Monsanto is spending millions of dollars to try to defeat Proposition 37 in California, a bill which would simply require GMOs to be indicated on food labels. But Monsanto and other companies such as those that own Larabar, Silk, and Kashi do not want customers to know the truth about GMOs and the foods they buy. They're also spending huge sums of money to try to defeat Proposition 37 so that the food companies can keep GMOs a dirty little secret about the poison in your food. Instead of working with the beauty, the genius, and the abundance that has already been engineered into nature, Monsanto seeks to violate nature, overriding healthy plant genes with poison genes that generate insecticides right inside the crops. Instead of honoring the natural ability of seeds to reproduce generation after generation, Monsanto develops terminator seed, technology that causes seeds to self-terminate after one generation. This by itself is a heinous crime against Mother Nature, humankind, and planet Earth. It is a crime worse than the Nazi Holocaust, for terminator seeds threaten all human life on our planet. Billions of lives are threatened by the behavior of Monsanto.
The so-called science coming out of Monsanto is some of the most inane, malicious, and brutally deceptive junk science ever fabricated by corporate science sellouts. Instead of testing GMOs for long duration on animals, Monsanto-funded scientists test GMO for a mere 90 days and then declare the food to be safe. That's right, 90 days, for a lifetime of consumption by humans. It's no wonder they didn't run long-term tests. The real acceleration in cancer tumors only emerged after 90-day milestone interacts. Even if Monsanto-funded scientists found GMOs to be safe in a lifetime being studied, you couldn't trust those results anyway. Any scientist, politician, or media group with financial ties to Monsanto must now be assumed to be compromised and lacking any credibility whatsoever. Monsanto has bought off countless scientists, experts, media, writers, and politicians, but paying them off doesn't alter reality. Poison in the corn is still poison in the corn, even if you pay a group of sellout scientists to foolishly declare otherwise.
Something is terribly, terribly wrong with the corporate behavior in America, and Monsanto is just one of thousands of corporations which demonstrate highly irresponsible, extreme, destructive behavior. The very design of corporations is missing something. It's called humanity. Sure, corporations are great at generating profits, streamlining logistics, manufacturing, marketing, and so on, but where's the humanity in all of that? It's nowhere to be found. Corporations do not care who they harm, what they destroy, or how they behave, or even how far they have to go to make another buck.
It's all about the bottom line, which is the dollar. And it's really sad. I mean, we watched the movie the other day, Food Inc., and this is probably like the fourth time that I watched the movie, and every time I watch a movie, I get something new out of it. They've actually destroyed the livelihood of farmers, totally. I mean, now farmers used to be able to save their seeds so that the next planting season they had the seeds there, which allowed them to make profit. Well, by patenting these seeds, the farmers are no longer allowed to save these seeds. They've actually removed these special machineries that they had to actually save the seeds. Individuals that try to go against them, these giants take them to court, and they pretty much bankrupt them. It's called bullying. To me, they're one of the biggest bullies in the world. Now, who controls the food? Controls the world. That is an obvious quest. And they have taken the role of mad scientists, they have taken the role of God, and they are imprisoning mankind. Now, what can we do about this? I highly suggest individuals to go to their farmer's market and buy local produce. Support their local markets. These big giants like Walmart and all these other big supermarkets, they all buy GMO stuff. And the sad thing is that Monsanto is trying to fight to prevent the labeling of GMO. So we're going to go to the store and we're really not going to know what's GMO and what it's not. What's your take on this, Joyce?
Pretty much, I've seen it for myself. I mean, going to Walmart, seeing honeydews that are the size of basketballs, that's not natural. It's okay, so we're going to try to genetically alter the food and make it to where people where it can feed more of a family, by genetically altering it and with chemicals and other aspects to do so. I just think it's...
And it's also that they're taking fruits that are supposed to have seeds in them, and they're removing the seeds.
Exactly. That's why it was saying Terminator seeds, because once they generate one generation of plant or fruit, then the seeds are terminated from that point, so the fruits don't bear any new seeds.
And what do you think is happening to us? That's why we're becoming so infertile, because you eat infertility, you become infertile.
Well, why do you think? Going back to them using hormones to fatten up chickens, fatten up cows, that's why young girls at 12 years old are getting their periods. They're getting, that's why girls that are 13 have boobs like Pamela Anderson. It's because of the hormones in our food.
Even the boys.
Even the boys.
Yeah. It's a pretty sad thing. And you know what, people? We need to really stand up and try to bring upon the change. Like I mentioned before, the ways of doing this is to not support the big corporations. And I know it's hard because Walmart has cheap prices, but we need to try to support the local farmers. Try to grow your own food as much as you can. Create a little garden. Your health depends on it. Your life depends on it. Our planet depends on it. And now let's go a little closer to an organization that has befriended us in a sense, change.org. They're being bought by conservative corporate giants. And not maybe so bought, but they're engaging. Okay, they're engaging into bed with, they're engaging with. But soon I'm sure they will be bought, because that's what happens. Big fish eat little fish, and that's been the wave of the future, and that seems to be the trend, that all these mom and pop shops are being taken over by the bullies of the world. They're being taken over by these corporations, and the little guy can't survive anymore. And if you don't want to play nice, they do like the mafia does, like what's that Godfather? What was his famous saying? I don't watch. I don't remember watching much of Godfather, but you do as I say, or else I will get rid of you. And they do that very well.
I just remember he had a fat white cat, I think.
Yeah, he had this. Marlon Brando played the role.
That's what I think. He had a funny cheek, and he would talk something like this, I guess. But
anyway, I'll stick to reading.
Your data.
Yeah, I won't put your data. Anyway, change.org, the online social movement company founded on progressive values, has decided to change its advertising policy to allow for corporate advertising. Republican Party solicitation, Astrop campaigns, anti-abortion or anti-union ads, and all other controversial sponsorships, according to internal companies' documents. Change.org allows users to launch a signed petition, and the company has had some high-profile successes. Change.org currently operates under a value-based client policy, only accepting advertisements from progressive organizations that share its value.
The new policy will be closer to a Google-like open advertising policy, in which determinations about which advertisements they will accept are based on the content of the ad, not the group doing the advertising. According to a company FAQ sent to staff, the document was leaked to Jeff Bryant, an associate fellow at the Campaign for America's Future, a liberal organization who subsequently provided it and others to the Huffington Post. The company will implement the shift on October 24th, according to the memo.
Change.org builds its reputation on arming Davids to take on Goliath of the world. Ryan told HuffPost, now it seems that the company thinks David and Goliath should be on the same team. Change.org did not plan to reach out to its base of progressive users about the change. They quoted, we have no plans to proactively tell users about the new design or new mission, vision, or advertising guidelines, reads one document. The press was to be kept similarly in the dark. We're not planning proactive press outreach on the rebrand, but are queuing up positive press profiles to launch around October 22nd, which was yesterday. This reads, the FAQ of the document, urging staff to keep things confidential and referring to the initial launch date, which has since been postponed.
The current Change.org policy limits sponsored campaigns to progressive organizations. We accept sponsored campaigns from organizations fighting for the public good and the common values we hold dear: fairness, equality, and justice. Reads the site's soon-to-be-replaced policy. We do not accept sponsored campaigns from organizations that consistently violate these values, support discriminatory policies, or seek private corporate benefit that undermines the common good.
After the Change.org's new policy will specifically allow campaigns that its liberally minded site users might find objectionable. Quote, "We believe open and advertising guidelines will help us maximize our mission," offers the memo. "What's good for the business is good for the world," it argues, and an open platform that empowers more people will lead to positive change. Furthermore, the memo says the rejection of some advertisers for morals or political reason is an implicit endorsement of other advertisers, something the company wants to avoid, of course. For some of you, this vision won't feel like a shift at all. For others, it might seem like a big reframing of who we are.
But if this feels a little unsafe, know this: nothing big was ever achieved by taking the safe option. We're attempting something nobody else has done before: to transcend traditional partnership and build a global empowerment platform that reaches hundreds of millions of people. It's not easy to do and will require difficult choices that will challenge each of us. But in the long run, it's how we will change the world, he wrote. Jaffe Walt said Change.org is not beholden to one community. We've created a new platform that has enabled things to happen that weren't possible before. We're helping to drive net positive change in the world, with the emphasis on net.
And of course, so much about net.
About money.
Yeah, and if they don't do it, if they don't do it, somebody else will. I mean,
exactly.
This is, and here again is
the player with the most toys wins.
And this small Change.org, which was there for the people, have now become there for the big advertisers, the lobbyists, the corporate mockers. It's amazing because there's nothing safe anymore. The schools our kids are going to is not safe because it is an organization that has created all these examinations, the FCATs, and all these things that keep our children totally stressed out because they really don't want an educated consumer. They want monkeys pushing buttons behind a desk. And they just want a body there, and that's what this world is turning to. We are turning into a bunch of button-pushing monkeys that are enslaved by a system, and dare you answer or question or try to fight the system, you will be made an example of and never see the light of day.
And those of you that work for a big corporation out there know that they don't even know your name. You're basically a number.
Yeah, it's actually, I'm an occupational therapist, and I was working for a company that very corporate-oriented, and the way they would always use the term for the cause, for the company, they didn't give two flying Fs about us. It was all about the paperwork, not about the patient, and I didn't become a therapist to worry about the paperwork and about the corporation getting paid. I became a therapist to help people. I'm a healer, and I enjoy healing. And I stepped down from my position because I felt my morals were being compromised, and I was not happy.
And you were employee number 13.
Right, number 13. And no matter how much you did, it was never good enough. And I'm tired of that, and that's why I've got to pay my way, do the things that I enjoy doing, and that's what we all have to do is stand up for our beliefs and take it no more. Well, I'm going to shift, and we're going to go in the LGBT spotlight. Ricky Martin. I've always admired Ricky Martin. I thought he was a very nice-looking young man, very talented.
He still is.
Yes, he's still alive. Hasn't died yet. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about Ricky Martin. Enrique Martin Morales was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico in 1971. He achieved his initial fame as part of the ever-changing lineup of Latino band Menudo, Latino boy band. He released his first solo album in 1991, a Spanish disc titled Ricky Martin. After 3 more albums in Spanish, he released his international blockbuster, also titled Ricky Martin, in 1999. Likes his name, Ricky Martin. Yeah. He has sold over 60 million albums over his career so far. Martin was also rumored to be gay since he first left Menudo. The rumors grew when he split with longtime female companion Rebecca de Alba in 2005, and again in 2008 when he fathered twin boys with a surrogate. He finally came out in 2010, stating, "I am proud to say that I am a fortunate homosexual man. I am very blessed to be who I am."
He immediately began working for LGBT causes and equality, recognizing the additional difficulties faced by LGBT people in the Hispanic community. His efforts earned him the Vito Russo Award from GLAAD, G-L-A-A-D. At the ceremony, he publicly acknowledged his partner, economist Carlos Gonzalez Abella, for the first time. Reflecting on his long time in the closet, Martin told Larry King, "Everything about saying that I am gay feels right. If I'd known how good it was going to feel, I would have done it 10 years ago."
Martin discussed the usually pressed shy Abella, revealing that the different occupations and personalities of the two men complemented one another. He leaves the house every day in a suit and tie, and that's so sexy. It's two different worlds, his and mine, Martin says. I know as much about his world as he knows about my world, which makes it really cool. The iconic performer, who is currently in previews for the Broadway revival of Evita, and actually he's already there, also shares that his 3-year-old sons have very different and distinctive personalities. Valentino is Mr. Peace and Love, Martin says. He loves flowers and nature. If I ever wonder where he is, he'll be somewhere behind the bushes covered in mud. He's just at one with nature.
He's very zen and noble. Martin says that Mateo is the more take charge of the twin. He's more alpha and a leader. He's like, "You don't do that. This is what you do." He tells his brother what to do and what not to do. In 2012, Ricky Martin is now fusing his love of musical performance with an expansion of his capability as an actor. His year began with a highly acclaimed guest appearance as a Spanish teacher, David Martinez, on the hit television series Khalid. Now, Martin is in the midst of his long-awaited return to Broadway, where he is appearing throughout the year as the voice of the people in his role as Che in the hit Broadway revival of Evita.
That was an amazing play, and having visited Argentina or lived there for 7 weeks, it was, it's just a totally different culture, and the movie itself is very powerful in the kind of movement that the country has undergone. I've always admired Ricky's inspiration and motivation, and how he, from the time he was a little kid, and Menudo, when he strove to make it to the top, and how he had the cojones to come out to the world and be who he is, and that's very admirable,
especially given his status.
Yes, but that's what we need to do. We need to learn to be ourselves and not allow society to dictate, or religion, or politics, or finances to dictate who we are, because who we are is something very beautiful. That goes for the entire spectrum of the LGBT community. We are special human beings. We need to stand out, speak out, and spread our love. And now we're going to look at transgender role models. And in comparison to 20 years ago, there has been a huge rise in the number of role models for gay, lesbian, and bisexual youth. There are gay, lesbian, and bisexual actors, musicians, authors, journalists, artists, politicians, athletes, CEOs, and plenty of gay, lesbian, and bisexual characters in movies and TV. The good news is there are positive images of transgender people, both real and imaginary. The bad news is they're a little harder to find, positive images of other sexual minorities.
Let's start with the transgender characters in movies, TV, and young adult books. Keep in mind that some of the movies and TV shows have adult content. Please also note that I haven't seen or read anything listed, but am posting information from an outside source. Make sure you check out the material beforehand and decide whether it's right for your teen. Okay, the first one is Ma Vie en Rose, an excellent, heartwarming French film about a little boy who wants to live as a little girl. Then there's Normal, an HBO miniseries about a married middle-aged man with children who realizes that he is actually a transgender woman and wants to transition. Another is Beautiful Boxer, a biopic about a transgender third-gender biological male who went on to be a famous martial arts fighter and actress in Thailand.
I've actually watched Beautiful Boxer. It was very moving. And I think I actually watched that in Fort Lauderdale, which it was, what's that place called? Sunset, where they only show not your regular movies that go mainstream.
It's an independent.
Yes. I saw it there. And I also saw Maria and Rose. I saw that on DVD. I have not seen Normal. There's also Better Than Chocolate. This is mostly a lesbian love story and a sweet one at that. But there's a transgender female character who is portrayed affectionately and respectfully. Tomboy is another one, the story of a 10-year-old biological girl who desires to be a boy. Upon moving to a new town, she begins living as one. And there's Transamerica. I love that film. The character, beautifully played by Felicity Huffman, has been pegged by some as being too overloaded with confusion issues overall. However, she is getting in touch with her past and working towards her goal, which is admirable in anyone.
Exactly, and just things to say about Transamerica. I saw the movie. It was a good movie. It was well done, well put together, but the only thing that was missing was a true transsexual female in that movie. That was a big controversy, I think, because Felicity Huffman played it. She's a genetic girl.
She did a great job, though.
No, she did. She did
an awesome job. Can't think that.
It's definitely not. Another one is Glee, episode number 316. I have to admit, this is the only present-day TV appearance by a transgender person that I would recommend. I will also admit that I don't watch much TV. The story behind this episode is neat, though. The actor/singer Alex Newell competed in a reality show to star on an episode of Glee and ended up playing Unique, the first transgender character on Glee. And Unique sure can't sing. Another one is Lynn. This is a novel about Liam, an MTS transgender teen, and the process of her coming out to the people she loves. And then Parrotfish. This novel portrays Brady, an FTM transgender teen who rapidly transitioned, and the reactions she receives from her family and friends.
Our goal here at Transition Radio and soon TV is to bring your voice, your positive comments, interviews, and an overall education of transgender individuals. If you are a trans artist, contact us at markangelo.cummings@yahoo.com or jessicalynn.cummings@yahoo.com to get you on our show. Now, wow, we're doing pretty good. We got 2 minutes left of the show. Right?
Yeah.
Getting really good at putting these things together. We definitely are looking forward to doing that Not So Straight TV.
Not Straight TV.
Why do I want to call it Not So Straight TV? I mean, I don't know. It sounds to me...
It's just simple. N-O-T straight TV, okay?
Yeah, Not So Straight A. All that good times. Anyway, let's see here. Tomorrow night we're going to talk a little bit of the hate crimes and bullying that goes around with the LGBT community.
Which we actually have a song about that we will be playing tomorrow night as well.
And Thursday we're going to have here she goes, 90 seconds, Ryan Casada, and we're looking forward to that. But now,
don't forget to head on over to pornobay.com and purchase your sexy Halloween costume, or do you have something to sell?
You know where to go if you want to be the belle of the party, that is. Porno Bay, the place to play, is only a click away.
Yes, it is.
I like these little lingos that I put at the end, or jingles, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, let's see if tonight my music works. Yesterday we had a little technical difficulty. Our internet went bye-bye, and as I'm trying to press the buttons, nothing was happening. And
okay, you all heard the comedy blooper reel at the end there.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny.
That was hilarious. Like I said,
good night, everybody.
Our life is a major circus. Anyway, we love you, but remember to love yourselves too, and I'll leave you tonight with the song that our roll call, We Are the People, and take care. Good night. Sweet dreams.
The wind blows across the mountains. The trees sway with brand new leaves. Life as we know it selfish needs. We are the people, and not your slaves. Let us go, free the people. We are all the chosen ones. Haven't you done enough destruction? The time is now. You can't go on. Who do you think you are, telling us what to do, running our inner soul, trying to take control, ruining everything, all for your selfish needs. We are the people, and not your slaves. Many years we have been lied to. See the scars in our hearts, like endless falls, communication. Let's go back where we belong. Who do you think you are, telling us what to do, running our inner soul, trying to take control, ruining everything, all for your selfish needs. We are the people, who do you think you are, telling me what to do, running my inner soul, trying to take control, ruining everything, all for your selfish needs. We are the people, and not your slaves. Free the people.